Welcome everybody to our practice of Yin Yoga Legs at the Wall. My name is Eleni and I'll be guiding you today. So we will begin with our first pose, caterpillar pose. Let us bring our closest hip all the way against the wall here so we can get into our first posture, and we're just going to gently glide the legs up the wall. And if you feel that your sitting bones are not touching the wall, go ahead and shimmy your hips forward so they're touching. Let the heels rest on the wall and let the knees just softly bend here. So here we are in our first posture. Make sure you feel comfortable and supported by the wall and the floor. And then notice what feels comfortable for your hands. If you want to rest your palms on your belly or reach the arms out beside the body. So here, let's begin to focus on our flow of breath, coming in and out through the nose, or in through the nose and out through the mouth. We'll use this as a cleansing breath. So letting this breath wash away anything that came before this practice, so that we may arrive here and now in this present moment, with our breath and our body and our awareness of sensation. Feel free to start working with that three-part breath, breathing deep into the base of the belly on the inhale, and then taking extended, slow exhales through the nose. Deep inhales. Slow exhales. Perhaps on the next breath, breathing into the base of the belly, bringing your breath higher into the rib cage and then all the way up into the chest and collarbone. The exhale softens the chest, the ribs, the belly. So this breath is just an offering and a suggestion. Feel free to work with that breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth as well. Perhaps we invite an intention into our practice today, guiding the energy of our practice. Whether that is towards the self, something that we are working with, calling in, or grateful for. Or perhaps sending that energy out towards someone, something. Or maybe our intention is to just be in this present state, here and now. Beautiful. Let's give a couple more breaths here. And as we move through our practice, you may notice how doing this practice is very supportive of our back. So without pulling on the spine, right, when we're seated and having that gravitational pull downwards, we're already lengthened, we're already extended, and that helps not only our posture, but it helps take that pressure off the spine. Wonderful. So our counter poses are going to look a little bit different in this practice. You can walk your feet together and kind of windshield wiper the feet right to left, nice and slow. You can hug knees into chest and just give a little squeeze and maybe a rock right to left, right? Or you can just leave the legs up the wall. Okay, let's move into our dragonfly posture. So next one, we're gonna take that straddle posture. So this one is important that you're close to the wall. Let the legs come out. If you have 2 blocks, welcome to slide them underneath the outer thighs for support. You can also use your hands, keeping the elbows bent, and just have your palm relaxing and kind of holding gently that outer thigh. Good, so if we have the tight hamstrings or inner thigh, groin area is pretty tight, this may feel really nice. Notice if there's any movement or shaking of the feet, right? And that will be our cue to bring our legs in a little bit. So as we cultivate our stillness here, you can still find your edge in these postures. Many of these are postures that we take seated in our yoga practice, right? So we just honor the pose the same way we would if we were seated. Try not to push or go beyond the limits. Remembering the Goldilocks rule, not too much and not too little. So we may start to filter the breath into those areas that feel the lengthening, that feel that gentle stretch. Using our breath as a support system for the body in these postures. So as you hold, you may notice that the legs naturally come wider. Remember, you can always manage and change the shape as needed. So walk the heels in a little bit if that's necessary. Long and deep breaths. Let's give it another 8 to 10 breaths here. Beautiful. So we're going to slowly come out. You're welcome to use your hands. You might just gently bend the knees and then walk the feet together. Here, it might feel nice to hug the knees to chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Lovely. Okay. So this one we do need to shimmy a little bit away from the wall. So let's go ahead and rock onto one side, and we'll just come maybe 2 feet away from the wall here, depending on how tall you are. So what we're looking for is a 90-degree angle with our right foot pressing against the wall, 90-degree angle with the knee, and then we're going to cross that left ankle over the right thigh. So you have the support here, the foot is pressing into the wall. And then let's come into figure 4. So once again, you can use left hand as a prop if you want. Try not to push actively out to the left side, but you can use it to support the thigh. So depending on the activities that we do or how often we work into our hips, either actively or passively, we may really notice this stretch. So notice it on the different levels, right? We notice it physically. How does it feel in our body? What are the actual physical sensations? And then we may take it to that more subtle layer energetically. Is it bringing anything up mentally, emotionally? Do any thoughts arise as we hold some of our deeper hip openers and stretches? Or maybe this just feels really nice and relaxing. So take the observant perspective here. And try not to reach or grab for anything, but just notice what is coming up, what's present, what's arising, and without judgment, right? If it's distracting or taking us out of this present state, we can allow it to pass. Let's give another 8 to 10 breaths here, about 1 full minute. Beautiful. Let's slowly release. So go ahead and uncross that left ankle and draw the knees either into the chest, or if you have space here, bring the feet flat and you can let the knees windshield wiper. So if we're close to the wall, you can scooch back a little bit, just create that space. Nice big windshield wipers to release. All right, we may be feeling a difference here between left and right. So let's go ahead and take the other side. Left foot is on the wall. Go ahead and situate yourself so you're 90 degrees. Right ankle crosses, flex that right foot. Good. Notice what's comfortable for the arms. You can release them beside you. You can have hands on the rib cage. Some people even float the arms up and overhead. So just whatever's best for your back and shoulder. So here we are. We're on the right side. Just please focus and notice how it feels different on this side, right? And how the body is very unique in the way that it holds tension. It has its own unique expression on the right and the left. And just honoring both as unique and beautiful as they are. Start to relax if we can. Let's give 8 to 10 breaths here. And gently let's release and cross the right ankle. Can bring the knees in or bring the feet flat. Take the windshield wiper. Wonderful. Hug the knees in. We'll take our final supine twist. So nice deep breath in. We let the knees fall to our right. Reach out with the left arm. Good. Slow the breath down. Inhale back through the center. Give yourself a little squeeze, recenter. Exhale, let the knees fall left. Reach out with right arm. So sometimes I like to reach up with that right arm and have the palm facing up. Just see what feels comfortable for your chest and your shoulder. So back of the head here, either neutral or maybe gaze over right shoulder, up to you. And then of course we try to keep the knees in line with the belly button, trying to avoid a back bend here. So take that final body scan here and just notice how we're doing and how we're feeling, what's shifted. Few breaths. Beautiful. Hug the knees in, give yourself a little squeeze. And we'll take our final posture. You can either come into a traditional shavasana and just make space here to lay flat, or you can come back into our legs up the wall as that final pose. So we're back where we started, full circle here. Perhaps we just notice, become aware of how our body our mind, thought patterns, all the above has perhaps softened or relaxed. Maybe we've let go of something. And now we take final rest here, relaxing the entire body, feeling a softening from the tip of the toes to the crown of the head. Letting go of any type of breathing pattern here and simply be. Slowly begin to reawaken the body. Start to wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, roll the ankles or the wrist. Maybe extend the arms overhead. If you're flat on the back, you can point the toes forward, take a full body stretch. Wherever we are, go ahead and hug the knees, rock onto one side, and gently press up through seated. And then we'll use our wall here to create a flat back. Bringing the hands to the heart, taking this moment here to honor the practice, honor any intention that we set, and honoring our bodies. Thank you so very much for joining me today. Wishing you all peace, love, and light. Namaste.